Some of you have noticed that I've been slurring my words over the past year here on the Crochet Crowd. Today's talk is not about crochet at all, but about a personal journey I've been going through for the last year. Hi, I'm Mikey from the Crochet Crowd, and thank you so much for joining our channel today. I'm here to inspire you and create magic with your crochet hook. Are you ready to play?
Oh yeah, sounds good.
So this is more of a personal talk today, and when we moved to Nova Scotia about 4 years ago, we found a dentist and we decided that we're going to really start taking care of ourselves. And so we hadn't really had a dentist back in Ontario, and we hadn't seen one in a long time. And really to go to the dentist was really quite an ordeal just to get a cleaning, and it was so bad for me here that literally my cleaning was spread over days and not just like a one-time thing. So we decided, okay, let's get our health back in check. And so we have a great dentist here that's local. So last year, in the middle of the pandemic, in May of 2021, I was getting my cleaning, and my dentist says, you know, you're going to have a long-term issue if you don't start correcting something now. And so if you really look at my old pictures, you will notice that when I smile, my upper jaw went completely over my lower jaw. So this is me smiling now. So what was happening with my mouth is that the back end of everything was leaning inward to the point that the teeth were almost horizontal. And she said, if you continue in this path, your upper jaw is literally going to push your teeth out of the sockets on the back side. So you have a choice to either correct it now or you will lose your teeth in the future. So I thought, okay, well, that's kind of serious. And the teeth cleaning for me has really been a problem, especially with the bottom. It's all straight now, but it wasn't a year ago. So she said, I'm going to recommend for you to do the Invisalign program. And so you're thinking Invisalign. The one thing I will tell you right now is that we don't use affiliate links. This is not an ad for Invisalign. This is just me sharing my story. So she says, you know, you maybe think about the Invisalign program, and gave me a sheet of paper with the costs associated to do it. And that it really is a long-term investment, and to kind of look at it in that way. So I decided to look at the sheet and go through the molding testing of the Invisalign. So let me tell you about that. Because my teeth were so bad, is that the molds that are provided by Invisalign were not fitting my mouth. So my whole bottom jaw was like an alligator shape, very long and narrow, and all the teeth had fallen in. So the molding to get my teeth to be in the Invisalign program was a bit of an ordeal, and it was over 2 visits because the molds didn't work. So they had to get a special order mold to have that done. So it was really kind of frustrating in some way, and sometimes you just want to get it done and over with. And the amount of times that they tried, it was like major gagging reflexes. They would put salt on my tongue just to kind of like get rid of that gagging reflex. It was really quite awful. So I eventually got through that, and it went off to Invisalign to have all the scans done and have that video of your teeth being transitioned from where they are to where they could be.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Someone else, no one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm outside.
So let me just sneak this video in here. One of the risk factors for the Invisalign, and it could be with braces as well, is that because of my bottom teeth were so bad in the back, it was very possible for my teeth to be knocked out of their sockets with the Invisalign program. So that was why I was going to the dentist so frequently, in order to maintain that and to make sure that they are monitoring that. It's better. So I go back and I have the video done. I just showed you what that looks like. And so I'm like, is that really even possible? Like with my mouth, because I couldn't believe that's even true. And they said, it's absolutely possible. You just have to make the decision whether you want to invest in yourself or you're going to have a long-term issue, or just leave it as is and just, you know, roll the dice. And so I'm like, exactly what it is. So what the Invisalign is, I'm gonna demonstrate. I already have some in my mouth, but this is what it looks like. So my program itself was over 45 trays. These are the last remaining trays that I have left that will take me to August of 2022. The trays now, officially today, are being changed every week. It was every 10 days in the process. So it was literally about a year and 3 months of a process. But I still have another 10 to 15 correction trays to do after this to get the final adjustments to where my mouth is, because not all the teeth track at the same time. And I have one tooth that's not tracking with the tray. So I have to have a correction tray at that point. So let me show you what the tray looks like, and I'll show you close up. I don't know what you think of this. So here is the very final tray. This is what I'm working toward getting. And when I have this, it's actually really neat. So I'm currently on tray number 35. So I had to do 45 trays. So let me show you. It's called Invisalign. It's sitting in my mouth. And how you can tell if you can't already see it is that you'll see elastics. So the elastics were absolute pain in the ass to put in. These took me about a couple weeks to get used to it. Each one of these has a little hook that is on the side. And that little hook, to get access to it, is a real something else when you're not used to where it is. So it took me a while to be able to understand where that hooking was, so that when I take them out and put them back in, I have to reset the elastics. I can do it pretty easily now, and let me demonstrate how easy that is. Because in the beginning, I could not take out my teeth or my Invisalign with my own hands. I had to use a tool that I just found. And so literally I lost 23 pounds on that, because it was so hard to pull it out, and you can't eat with these things. Some people say they can. So let me demonstrate how they come in and out. And it might be kind of gross, but I'll show you anyway. So remember, when I started this, I used a tool. So let me just activate. So I'm going to take out my elastics. 1 and 2. Okay. And all I just got to do is just use my hand and go into the back, hold down, and lift out. Up and up. And so these are my Invisalign right now. So when I'm slurring my words in the very beginning of these, because you're not used to having these. So if you want to put them back in, just snap them back in. Oh, let me show you. So how these are being held in is that what they do is they put extra pieces onto your teeth that are holding your Invisalign so they don't come out. And so I don't know if you can see them on there. They're like extra dots. You see them? And so what this is that this Invisalign has those dots on there. So what's going on? So when you hear the snapping, that's what you're hearing. You're hearing it snap into position. So I'll put the bottom one in. And it's snapping over top of those extra pieces. I have 5 or 6 on the base, and then I have 5 or 6 on the top. So I put the top back in. Okay. And then once they're in, there's something unique about it. So one thing I should tell you that I wasn't expecting is that there's ramps at the base of these things. So I know it's kind of got spit on it, but there's ramps at the bottom. So it prevents me from closing my mouth completely. The reason for it is that the pressure of my own mouth is forcing my teeth out of alignment. So what happens is they put the ramps on there. So when I close my mouth, I can't actually do it. So that's as far as I can go, because my teeth are resting on the ramps. So it's taking the pressure off the teeth, putting it onto the Invisalign tray itself so that your teeth can move. And then to reset your elastics, hook and hook. That took practice. So it really was quite a journey, and I'm officially a year into the program, and I was really quite stunned on how much the change can be. So let me talk to you about pain level and all of that and the advice that I got that I didn't actually need. So they informed me that when I got these, that I may want to take a Tylenol when the trays change. Each tray is slightly different to get to where you need to go. So whenever the tray is being changed, you can feel the new tray. And it's like, the way that I describe it is like if you were to put your finger on your teeth and just push, not overly, that's what it feels like. And what this is that because the tray is slightly different than where your mouth is, your teeth are going to fall into that tray positioning. And it takes about a day for you to get used to it. Once it's in your mouth, I find that I kind of forget that it's there until I want to eat, and then I realize I'm still wearing it. So I never had the pain. So they said to take a Tylenol whenever the tray gets switched to get rid of any pain movement. I never had that. They say some people do, whatever. The other thing is that the elastics are in my mouth to keep my mouth closed. I know, hard to believe. And so when my mouth is in a resting position, it's keeping my mouth closed, which is also helping the positioning of moving my teeth around. So when you sleep at night, your mouth is closed, and then just generally speaking, my mouth is closed. So that's one of those things. So not everybody needs the elastics. It depends on your situation. Because my mouth was out of alignment, so it was kind of out, the elastics are helping to realign it back up. And that's the purpose of those. So as I mentioned, I'm a year into this program now. I'm almost completed. I really honestly was, I'm more stunned that a piece of plastic can do that other than having to wear braces. I really wasn't sure that it was even possible, but you know what? I decided to take the chance and roll the dice. One thing that I do notice is that when I first started it, I was visiting the dentist, I think every 3 weeks up for about 2 months. And then after that, my visits then became 6 weeks and then longer. And my last one was about 2 months ago. And so my next one, it's now beginning of June. My next one is not until middle of August. So what's happening is that they actually watch the teeth to make sure that things are tracking properly. And so all of those visits with the Invisalign, at least with my dentist, was included in the original price. So when I go back for the checkups just to make sure everything is aligning properly, they do that. They also don't give me my trays all up front, so they only give me enough to get myself to the end. Because I'm near the end of the program, they gave me all the remaining trays because it's now going to change weekly up into there. But I still have corrections to do. So in August, what they're going to do is remove all those bumps that they put onto my teeth that are holding the Invisalign. They're going to rescan and also take new molds and then just do some final adjustments just to kind of level things out. Then take a new mold and then get the remaining of the Invisalign program to do the final adjustments for my smile. So some people think it was for cosmetic. For me, it was more medical to keep my teeth in the long term. And so whatever you decide to do is currently your business. But that's kind of been my journey. And I was really getting pissed off right in the very beginning of this whole thing. People said, you're drunk online and you're slurring. It does take a little bit getting used to because you have to remember that it's an extra piece that's been added to your mouth. So you do have to overcompensate with the way that you speak a little bit. And it was that where I wasn't opening my mouth long or wide enough in order to say the words. So I was kind of slurring. So S's and all those are kind of harder to say with it in your mouth. So it's you got to do what is right for you. You got to do what's in your medical interest. I'm not here to tell you to do the program, but I will say that from what people have told me about wearing braces, this program has been actually really easy to be able to maintain. And because I really wanted to get my teeth fixed, it really wasn't much of an effort to be able to get started. I'm more proud of myself. I thought I might quit, but then when I looked at my initial investment, if I quit, I might as well just have taken all those dollar bills and just flush them down the toilet. So I'm eager to see how this is going to work out. So I think I might have my teeth corrected probably by Christmas of 2022. So after my final corrections. So hopefully that's going to be good, but you never know. And that's kind of my journey with Invisalign. Hopefully this is of help to you. I don't know.